hi everyone who is joining us online. This is a really interesting experience, so let's see how it works. Today I will dig deeper a little bit in some of the features that Raymond showed you. And my presentation is how to benefit from them. And my name is Gerda, and I like to play with reports and charts with their visual capabilities. So usually I will be the one who will try to figure out how to maybe make your reports more applying and how they can benefit you. So that is why I will also share in one use case those small changes what Raymond's covered. Save as button where you can use it. Also non-empty pages. Then I will talk about outliers in your reports and how you can benefit from chart formatting. And the last one will be issue cycles. And I will dig deeper a little bit there as well. So I strongly believe that small changes can actually make a big impact. So some of the things can create a rainbow in your life. So let's see what I'm talking about. Raymond's mentioned several features, but he actually didn't mention that we have created a few new sample reports as well. So we have improved existing service management reports, and we have created two new. One is issues by customer request time over time. So you can see per month what customer request has come in your Jira Service Management project. And the second, oops, one moment. I have a little problem that I don't see my mouse. But okay. It's not a spell. Okay. Okay, I called for her, it's here, so let's hope I will manage it. And the second one is average satisfaction with your SLA met in percentage. So you can see if there is some correlation between how satisfied are your customers and how we are performing on our SLAs. And what I love about sample reports is that you actually can take them as a base and adjust to your needs. So for example, this I have in months, but I can adjust it to week hierarchy, and I can also adjust the filters so it works with weekly hierarchy. And now I can okay, I like this report, and I can use Save As button to create my own new report based on this sample. And this is where the Save As button is very useful. So you can create those reports very easily. You don't have to start over from scratch to create something nice looking. You just adjust what is there already. Why we don't allow to save sample reports? Because in each import, we are overriding the definition. So not to confuse, like where is my changes, we have separated that save button is not working for samples. And if you want to create something, you just use save as. Also, we have moved some of the options to like under here, under the configuration, you can rename the report here. You can move it to other folder. And you can make it also private. Before that, under the save button, you had to check the button to make it private. About charts, as you can see, I have a lot of gray bars. And what I love about chart formatting, it quickly allows us to identify stuff what we want to see. For example, I can use the same tab button, what Raymond showed, and I color top one values green and bottom one values red. And when I apply those changes, I can see that actually I have shared first place. I don't have only one top value. I have 4 identical weeks where I have top value. So it just quickly allows you to notice how we are doing and where is the values. And as Raymond mentioned, as soon as we make some changes, we can save those changes with this button now. The next is about non-empty pages. You have not enabled this option. All those dimensions work independently. But as soon as I enable non-empty, I have change, and I have only those customer request types that are related to this dimension member. Also, you have to keep in mind that the order of the dimensions is important. So it is, if you are using standard filters in Jira, in the standard filter navigators, and it also works. You select one dimension, and then it just gradually selects less and less members available for you. So if I will have incident, then again, I have only those customer request types that are related to the incidents. And next, what we can do, we can add this report also in dashboard. So I have my report here. It's down there, and let me scroll. Well, this is the option what Raymond's mentioned. I have this long list that just takes a place in my dashboard. I can collapse it, and if I will save now, it will stay collapsed. But I want to adjust the look a little bit more. So we have also this option to change the height of dashboard reports. So they are similar in the height. And you don't have to think about your reports from visual perspective. You can just adjust the height so it looks really nice and clean. And as I mentioned, this blocker list as well. Now I save the changes, I refresh it, and it's still collapsed. And it's not just save the space in your dashboard, it's also save the space in your performance. Because every time when this report is loaded, it takes memory. And now it's loaded only when I expand it. Yes?
If I collapse the dashboard as an admin, can the user then open up that report and run it?
Yes, they can open the report, but the beauty is that it is saved as collapsed. So it's just visual cleanness of the dashboard. So I already like this dashboard view better, but now we will talk about common pages. We can select several dimensions that we want to use as common page filter. And the nice thing here, I have some members, but actually I don't want to have this selected date range because it doesn't make sense in this particular dashboard. And now I can just unclick them here. I want my users to have less options, actually. And now there are less. So easy, just you can adjust what options in those dashboards users will have. So again, I'm refreshing, and we have limited options here. About non-empty pages, it's also available here in dashboard. We can enable it, and again, it will limit the next dimension members. But with common pages, we have also option to hide them from the reports. This is for cleaner look, so I'm hiding common dimensions, and as you can see, I see only customer request types that I haven't added. And for this, I can also use option to hide them only if all member is selected. As I believe it's better to show than explain, so let's see. When I have all times, you don't see any dimension in report, but when I select current week, it shows in the report where it is applied. Well, I don't have data for this week, so last week, so let's take incidents. And you can see. So it creates less noise in your dashboard, but in the same time, users can see when this filter is applied. This is about those small changes, what I mentioned, but I think creates nice looking reports and dashboards for you. And the next, let's move to chart formatting, what I already shortly introduced. Whoops. I love this picture because I think that perfectly explains chart formatting. It's how to find information that you want to find quickly. And what is important? It is chart formatting, conditional chart formatting, and it is available in bar, line, or timeline. And when the type of this measure is bar, scatter, range, or bubble. So you will not find it currently in map or Gantt chart. We are working to extend the functionality, but in the same time, we don't have this for lines, like lines, because how you will color it. Well, we haven't figured out the use case for that, so we haven't included. And now let's see some examples. Again, one top bottom. I love this example because this chart has bubbles. The chart shows how many issues have been resolved over time with their average resolution days on y-axis. So we can select conditional formatting and use again, well, this time let's select top 3, top bottom. I think top 3 and top bottom is just my favorite one because it's so quickly to adjust and show you how it works. And we have additional layer on top of this chart. It is not all green bubbles, but we can see the top values and bottom values. Another example is how to use range. In this example, we are showing the probability to resolve issues within a particular time interval. The time interval is resolution interval on rows. And this cumulative issues resolved actually is just standard calculation on top of standard calculation. So you didn't, there is no need to create your own calculation. And here we can reference actually this standard calculation. This is a trick what I love to do with them. It's copying the value and then using it here as a reference. Here I can use either the measure itself, in this case issues resolved, or custom formula. And so, yep, this is with live demo. I didn't copy it. So Control-C. So, and here I just paste the formula. So we can reference another measure in this custom formula and have range that I want to see the first 20% in one green and the last 20% I would like to see brighter. And so quickly we can see that in middle range we most probably will resolve those issues. And we can see that with it is a 20% probability that they will be resolved in 30 days. So let's move further with custom formulas. In this one, I have issues due with priority on rows. And as we can see, if we read the priority names, they are low and lowest, and they are the biggest bars in this report. But actually, I would like my user attention to be focused on highest and high priority issues because, well, sometimes the lowest priorities can just stand in the backlog forever. So again, we can use conditional formatting. And as I'm having priorities in the rows, I will reference current hierarchy member and its name. And I'm using the exact value. So highest, I want to see bright red. And the second is high. I want to see them orange. And I actually want to change the default color. I don't want them to be so bright blue. I will change them to have a, no, yeah, this color scheme I like. And I apply. And voila. We are saying, when we are opening this issue, this report, we are saying, hey, check out those highest issues. They are red. We have to take care of them, although they are the smallest bar in this report. So yes, if you have some dimension in rows, you can use this as a reference point. And the last, you can not only use those simple measures in custom formula as existing measure or creating some reference point, you can also create more advanced formulas. In this report, I have, again, priorities on rows, and unresolved merchants is the filter criteria. And hours spent, the original estimate hours, and how much time we still have to finish these priority issues. And what I want to do, I want to create a formula that I will use a comment section. So I want to subtract from original estimate sum of hours spent plus remaining. So let's create the formula, measures original minus measure hours spent plus the remaining estimates. And what I want to do, I want to see them when they are negative, and I apply. So we can quickly see where we are extending our original estimates. So it's basically hours spent together with remaining when they are extending the original estimates. Of course, you can see the dots here, and okay, if it is in this colored part, it will be extending, but sometimes we just have a few seconds to read the information from reports. So with this conditional chart formatting, you can just ease your life. So basically you just say, hey, pay attention here, see this, see that. So I hope you will take benefit from this one because I really love this functionality. And the last functionality, what I want to dig deeper is issue cycles. Everybody, I think, knows what they are, but I will just say them in my words. If we think of issue life as this life cycle of pasta, then cycle is one part what we want to pay attention. In this case, when the cocoon is cocoon, and then when it becomes a butterfly. So basically, when the issue, for example, is developed, when it's analyzed, we want to see only part of the issue cycle and see related metrics. Raymond's already showed, so there are two options how you can define cycles in import. One, you use in progress status category, so the hierarchy that is already there. But the second is to define your own custom cycles because, well, not everybody works the same way. So you can map different statuses to different cycles. I have analysis, development, and test. And when I import those custom cycles, it will create a cycle hierarchy in status and transition status. Yes?
Is there a limit to the number of cycles that you can create?
Is there?
Each status can be only in one cycle, so you are limited by one.
Yes, so the limitation of cycles is your count of statuses. If you have very many, then well, you have a lot of options.
And it's defined at the project level? It's defined
by eazyBI count. So yeah, the question from on-site was about limitations. So the limitation is your status counts different statuses, because one status can be in only one cycle. And the second is that it is by eazyBI account. So once this cycle hierarchy by one eazyBI account. So when we are importing, there is a new set of measures for each cycle. So I had analysis, development, test. Also, there are issue cycle properties imported, like when the cycle started, when it ended. Also, here are new sample reports. This is if you import sample cycles that are based on progress category. There will be 4 of them. So one is an overview, work in progress, and resolution overview. Then there is issues progress started and ended over time, what already Raymond showed. And then there are 2 separate progress cycle and in progress cycle. But when you import custom cycle, there will be a little bit different sample reports that you can use. It's just for easier way to start using, see what is possible. But we offer not only samples, we offer you option to create your own reports based on this. So let me, oh yeah, I have mouse this time. So I think a lot of you have seen this control chart in Jira, what you can, for cycle analysis. It shows scatter points over time. On y-axis days, it's in middle is the average, and then there is the rolling average. We can create similar report now also in eazyBI very easily, based on different cycle measures that we now import. So what I will do, I will add issues in my rows. I think somebody in the Zoom chat asked how the same dimension can be added also in pages for filtering. So for those who haven't seen this button, there is pages, and I can filter now by the same dimension. I will just limit the set because, you know, if you use issues in rows, it can get tricky. So before I'm seeing every issue, I want to select also a specific time period. So I will see the last 2 quarters from the previous year. And now I will see issue level. I want to have a cleaner look, so display name will be only keys. And now I will use progress cycle measures. The first, what I'm adding is average progress days, and as well issue progress end date. So when the issue progress cycle ended, I remove issues created, and I want to sort. I want to have some kind of timeline, and I'm using issue property as this timeline. So I'm ordering them from the oldest to the newest one. And I want this only for ordering, so I will remove this measure. So the ordering stays there. And now let's move to line chart. So let me change also, okay. I have a little bit of zoom. So, and I want to see them as scatter points. And what I already have here is basically issues from the oldest to the newest ones with their average progress day. The next, what I want to see is this average over those issues. So I'm adding standard calculation, average. And I have this line, what is the average over all those issues. And I don't like the name because it's average over average, so it's, well, double names, so I will just rename this measure. And then this last part was about rolling average. And what I'm doing now, I'm creating again new calculated member. And what I will do, I will show at the tuple at month level by issue and date, progress end date. So basically, I will take issue end date, and I will have the month in which this issue was ended. Then I'm taking the average of this month. I will write the formula, but I need the comments so I can remember what I have to write there and what I want to do. And actually, comments are a really great way how you can just think about your formula before just writing everything down. And I want to ignore issue in the rows, and that's why I'm using default member. So let's write it in MTX. The first time, months level, and as I have issues in rows, then I'm referencing the date member from there. Progressing. I love autocomplete. I joined after the when autocomplete already was there. I have heard rumors that it wasn't there, so I'm very lucky that I joined later. So I have to finish this one, and then we have measure. And the last part is about ignoring issues in rows. I will reference current hierarchy and default member. So let me check that I have all my brackets. Yes. And, oh well. And when I select it here, I have this rolling average. And again, as I'm a visual person, I like to change the colors so it looks a little bit nicer. And also I will disable the symbols so they don't make the noise. Or maybe I could do actually dash here. So, and we can see that there are like a scatters around these lines, but there are some outliers. And I have a little bit of gut feeling, a little bit already, I know what to look. I will check what are the issue types of those issues with the conditional formatting. As I have issues in rows, I can reference issue properties here as custom formula. And I will have epic in purple, and I will have also bugs in red. And when I apply, I can say that those are purple, so they are epics, so they are bigger tasks. So basically, most probably that is why I have those outliers here. And what I can do a little bit more, I can also add issue type by type and filter either standard or subtasks. Oh yeah, I have some subtasks as well. And maybe I just want to filter story and bug. And so we have this rolling average with scatter points as issues over time period. I will save. And I can, for example, have dashboard with already existing sample reports, and I can add this one as well. So I think, yeah. So this is how you can use the cycle times. And yes, you have a question?
I do. Is there a way to view the last cycle iteration only, like not see the aggregate, but just the last time that a particular issue went through that cycle? Is there a way just to display it's the last time it did that?
This, the end date is displaying by default the last time, so it doesn't have the, like, if it's multiple times. Yes?
Right.
Yes.
We have multiple times, but we would only want to see.
Yeah, this already, issue properties show only that part, and I think, yeah, we have, if it is average, then it's average, and then we have total of that, so, yeah, Diana is saying yes, because she is And I think we had like the, what was the measure there? Let me check. One moment, I will just, because we have like issue start date, current start date, so that will be, you can use for the last one, I think, the current start date. Yeah.
Current start date will be active only if it's
in the cycle, okay, yeah. So yeah, you will have to create some formula that I will not try to do it on live, not. Yeah, but that is why we have created like default measures and properties, but then it's more easier to try to go one step even further, because currently it wasn't so easily to adjust them. But it would be definitely interesting to actually get the feedback, because as this isn't yet released for servers, so maybe we can just see what else is there. But well, let's not open the Pandora also. So yes, and let me. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, on your report right here, if you hover over from the scatter plots, does it show you the issue type?
No, but you can do it by, I will select the type, and I can display this as text. And then you have type as well. Yeah. Is there any more questions about cycles? Okay. So luckily, I was able to do the live demo, and the takeaways from my presentation is that small changes can make a big impact, so be aware of them. Where are they and how you can benefit? Use chart formatting to have additional layer on your chart, and also use it as like focusing your user attention where you want and what you want them to see and notice, so they don't miss. And enjoy the cycles, because I know a lot of you have asked this, otherwise we haven't created them. So is there any other question unanswered? Yeah,
last question. When is 6.5 going to be released for data center?
As soon as ready. We are in the testing.
Question online, so I thought April, May, so about months that we are.
So show us these cool features, and then it's going to be a while.
Yes, you know, like you really want.
All these features are already ready in cloud, just a couple things that we finalize.
And test as well. Yeah, okay, thank you.